Gamey Daddy.
If you haven't seen MarcoStyle's classified gear set tier list by now, then you're living under a rock. Go watch it because it'll provide you some context as to why I'm making this video. I do very much disagree with the list, but also I understand that Marco did clearly say that the list was his own opinion, and so that's what I'm going to treat it as, an opinion piece. I'm not here to bash Marco, far be it from me. In fact, as we speak, I built one of my Nomad builds and Lone Star builds according to his build guide. I still think his video on toughness is the best division video ever made, hands down. He'll probably say that it's his skill power builds, but I think he was able to present that video on toughness so seamlessly. Man, I think for the first time in my life, I thought, good thing I paid attention in algebra. All that to say that even though I enjoy Marco's division content, I'm going to make my argument as to how division players should consider ranking classified gear sets in this game, and that a 4-tier ranking system does not do it justice. Hello everyone, this is Emma with Gamey Daddy, and I'm here with another video from Tom Clancy's The Division. Today I'm going to show you the complexities of creating a classified gear set tier list, and at the same time propose a ranking system that division players ought to consider adopting for ranking classified gear sets. Now, I haven't seen anything like this before, so if this is someone else's idea, then I'm going to say a lot of people are thinking about the same thing. Also, you have the opportunity to discuss and share this video as you like, so leave comments as to why you agree and disagree. So let's jump right in. To make a gear set tier list for the classified gear sets, you gotta answer 3 questions in my opinion. The first question is, what categories of gear sets are in Tom Clancy's The Division? The second question is, what was the gear set designed for? And the third question is the gear set effective for solo play or for group play? These 3 simple questions have guided my thinking, and I was able to come up with this gear set categorization. If you want to just download it and see what I think, then go ahead and click the link below. But if you want to hear my argument, then keep watching. So first of all, I answered the first question by looking at each classified gear set and its functionality. This process enabled me to come up with 6 different gear set categories that I found in Tom Clancy's The Division. Immediately, the second question answers itself, because now anyone can start placing gear sets in their specific categories and ranking them within those given categories based on their attributes and how well each one performs. To be honest, some classified gear sets are versatile enough, they fit into multiple categories, but I was able to find that 2 was the maximum amount of categories a classified gear set could, fit into. Now, this helped me to understand that the developers tried as much as possible to fine-tune the classified gear sets to play more specific roles than their original versions of the gear. Now, the final question was a no-brainer. The developers leave this question up to you, and that question is this classified gear set effective for solo play or for group play? And it's easy to make all kinds of arguments as to why a gear set should be used for solo play or group play, but in the end, you're forced to rank each gear set within that specific category that says solo or group play. Now, take this example. You can run Times Square Legendary with a defense build, or you can run it with Hunter's Fate build, but you still have to concede that Nomad is agreeably the best solo gear set in the game, and it fulfills the purpose of its core design excellently well. Are you starting to see how complicated a gear set tier list will be to make? Because if tomorrow the developers decide to give Alpha Bridge Classified the ability to run 6 weapon talents, it'll immediately shift in its position straight to #1 DPS gear set, right in the same spot with Striker. But for now, Alpha Bridge Classified grants you those buffs that are appropriate for a solo player, since if you're in a group, you're unaffected by your teammate's signature skill, hence it will seem funny to run it in a squad. In fact, you're better off running Final Measure or D3 in a PvP squad than you are running Nomad, unless your entire team just wants to troll people in the dark zone. Another example would be player preference, mission structure, or the situation which you find yourself. Now in Clear Sky, I can give you one big example. Everybody plays Clear Sky. One of the big things that you do in Clear Sky is carry the fuse box. And I can tell you that a lot of people will argue if Final Measure or Nomad is better to carry the fuse box. This is pretty much a player preference, and so to rank gear sets, or the classified gear sets, you have to put that into play, and that then complicates things even more. Now, I think PvP players would have loved to see Alpha Bridge as a PvP build like it once was, but gone are those days. Those are the PvP players that complained in patch 1.4 and 5 of Alpha Bridge being too strong, have now got to live with this new Alpha Bridge Classified, which has now been shifted into the PvE solo, little subcategory that it's made for. Now, I know most of you are wondering why I haven't answered the most obvious question, and that is the build for PvP or for PvE? And once again, the developers have left it up to us and it will be a very difficult question to answer. And again, I'll give you 2 examples as to why. So in MarcoStyle's video, he ranks Final Measure and D3 very high on the category, and yet his tier list is actually for PvP. But let me give you something. Both builds have huge bonuses that are specific to PvE. They both have protection from elite designed within them. It'd be foolish to say that the developers did not design these builds with PvE in mind. I'm not saying that they didn't have PvP in mind when they designed them, but the original Final Measure was designed for clear sky so that you could soak up those mortars. So you see how difficult it is. But I hope that Division players can have a more diverse perspective on how they classify our classified gear sets. Yeah, I did classified thing twice there. Now, this new system that I'm trying to propose, what it does is it exposes if a gear set is lacking, and this way developers can actually see where they need to make buffs. Now also, this classification that I just came up with pointed me to something. It shows me that Striker is absolutely overpowered because of one thing. It gives you healing with so much damage at the same time, and it's insane, and pretty much makes an argument for it being even a solo build that's better than Alpha Bridge. So Striker is not just the best in the DPS class, it's the best or second best, if it depends on your preference, in the solo build category, and knocks Alpha Bridge down 1 spot. You still think Predator is cheesy, or is Predator for trash players? I advise you to rethink that, because Predator actually does its job excellently well in the DPS category, but if you try to move it into the solo build category, it will fail terribly. Now if you throw it in squad play, it's a very, very destructive force. So I just want to say I've confused the whole situation maybe a little bit, but this is pretty much the complexity in putting together a gear tier list, and I hope that people are starting to see why I disagree with the tier system that Marco put out. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not here to like bash or whatever. I'm just stating my disagreement, and adults, we know that you can disagree about something, but that's just what it is. We disagree on a fundamental idea, but it does not necessarily reflect on how I feel about the person who has made the argument. So go ahead and leave comments. Let me know. You know, leave good comments, leave bad comments, I don't care. I'll read them all and I'll take them into consideration, and consider subscribing for more Division content. I want to go ahead and bring some more stuff, and I want to see how you guys respond to this. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your audience, and peace.